urban missionary, I like to start by saying I was a Zulu and some dude put a ring on it, and I'm now a Piri. Today I'm very, 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 very excited because I have a very special person featuring on the BBC. She's an adolescent, okay? I feel very young. But before I allow her to introduce herself, in case you're joining us for the very first time, I want you to just update you that this is a BBC, Beauty with Brains and Character. We believe that it's possible to have the beauty, the brains, and the character, because we believe that beauty and character can take you before kings, before queens, before any influential person, but it's actually your character that will determine your duration up there. All right? So maybe introduce yourself before I continue talking. I love to talk.
All right. I'm Shalom Semunyola. I'm a mentee under Set Apart International.
Okay, and you are an adolescent?
Yes, I'm an adolescent. I'm 21 years old.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
So an adolescent is anyone aged 10 to 24.
All right.
Yes.
So for today, I think because the gap or the range is quite big from 10 to 24, we'll concentrate on the older adolescents,
yes,
which is 15 to 24.
Yeah.
I want to pick her thoughts on some of the adolescent issues, okay? Because obviously, I don't remember the last time I was an adolescent. Yeah. So anyway,
like 10 years ago.
like, oh my goodness. I don't know, 15. Yeah, no, 11
okay,
years ago.
11.
Anyway, so Shalom.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the brains.
Okay.
We have the beauty components, the brains, and the character.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the brains. You know, like what kind of advice would you give to adolescents? Because sometimes they, some adolescents I think hate school. I don't know, because of exams. I have no idea. But why? What word of encouragement would you give to adolescents to be able to enjoy school?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll start by saying that unfortunately, most of the system, the way we've been, geared, especially through high school, is that whatever you learn, it's just for exams.
Yes.
It's because of a test. So unfortunately, it's threats that are used to then say, if you don't do this, you're going to fail the test, you're going to fail the exam. So now the attitude is just memorize for the test and for the exam.
Put it on paper, you pass exams,
and you're good to go. Yeah. But the danger in that is that if the only motivation is for a test or an exam, it's easy for me to just drop it all together. So it's really important to know that school is there for a reason. School is actually there every step of the way to help you and to equip you and to help you understand life all around you. You learn photosynthesis in school. Oh my goodness, you go outside, look at the trees, so you understand, oh, this is happening. So the leaves are taking in the sun and the water and the air, and this whole chemical process is going on. It just helps life make more sense.
Wow.
So I was having a conversation with my grade 9 cousin yesterday, and we were talking about exams and all the pressure that comes with it and stuff like that. And she was saying, no, our teachers sometimes make some of us feel like we're dull and some like they're intelligent. And I said, first of all, understand that not everyone learns the same way, okay? I'm a children's ministry teacher.
Everyone learns the same way here?
Yes, yeah. I'm a children's ministry teacher, and I've been doing summer camps in the US for the past 3 years. One of the things that we're trained is the different ways that kids learn.
Okay.
So whenever we put together a Bible study, we always add the different methods. So there's something called tactile learners, musical learners.
Oh, wow.
So some kids learn better when they do. And even people, some people learn better, just like this, someone's talking, they understand. Some learn better when they go back and read.
Yes.
Some when they write. Some when they're having a conversation with someone and telling them about something. So recognize that we understand things differently.
Yeah.
And we might not really have control over how a teacher teaches us, but you can go home and help something make more sense to you in your own way.
So use the way of your learning to be able to assimilate something.
Yes. So figure out what works for you. So if you've been in grade 8 and you're trying, maybe your friends tell you, I study from 23 to 04. So you feel like you're missing out because you're not studying 22 to 04 and you keep trying that. But maybe for you it works better to study during the day because that's how you've been geared. So figure out what works for you and stop trying to do what's working for everybody else. If it works well for your friend to make a song, do to my letters for your formula to remember, that doesn't work for you. Figure out what works for you because the goal is for you to understand and not to do it the same way the other person does it. So that's really important. In school, whether at any stage of school, figure out what works for you and do it, because at the end of the day, the goal is for you to understand. The test and the exam is just to test your level of understanding of the topic. The test won't say, so did you study from 0 to 2? The test won't ask how you learned, how you understood. It's just going to ask a question and ask for information in return.
Okay, great.
So yeah,
great. And Shalom, do you think there's such a thing as being down?
No.
You know what I mean? Because I know some teenagers maybe just think, or some adolescents just think, oh my goodness, I think I'm just down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what kind of advice would you give to someone who feels, to be honest, like, I think I'm just down? Obviously, one of the things you've talked about is how you need to understand how you understand things, okay?
Yes.
If you talked about musical learners, you talk about people that write, people that, just read and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So apart from that, like, how can you encourage someone who feels, you have no idea what you're talking about? I think I'm just done.
Yes. So besides that, first of all, I want you to understand that you're not dull.
Good.
You are intelligent. You have the mind of Christ in you.
Hallelujah.
You have a brain. If only you understood the capacity of this brain and got it to work. And then secondly, sometimes you just haven't tried other methods of learning, like I said. And also, how much work are you really putting in to figure out just how much you can take in?
Wow.
Because maybe you tried a little bit and you messed up and you are caught down. And because you allowed that to simmer in, and maybe now you're starting to believe it, you're even failing to put in any more effort. So how much effort have you put in? Mama Paswani says, to know that something is dead, you have to put all the life you can into it. Even doctors, before they certify someone dead, they will electrocute, they'll push in all the air, and they'll say certified as dead. So how much effort are you putting in to really see how well you can do in that subject, in that course, whatever it is that you're doing?
Okay, so the key point is you have to continue. Working out, try out different methods until you find that method that works best for you. Okay, any last word?
I'll start by saying you have the ability to do great, you have the ability to do amazing, but until ability or potential is exercised, it remains ability and potential.
Oh wow.
So I'll share from my own personal experience. So in high school, from grade 10 and then part of grade 11, I thought I had time, like, I was still young, and not that I didn't have the ability, but I was just lazy about studying.
Okay.
So my grades were affected as a result of that, and I'm grateful for parents who continue to believe in me and remind me that I was able to do it. Thank you, parents. Keep believing in us. Sometimes we're just being lazy about it. So they keep, they were so reassuring.
Wow.
And I think the thing that motivated me, to be honest, in grade 11 to start to study was because the time to select prefects was coming. So we start to campaign now. You start doing good things. Start getting good grades, and I thank God for that, because it was kind of a kickstart to start to begin to actually see how much potential and ability I had to do well, because I started to put the work into it. So getting into grade 12, a girl came to our assembly and spoke to us, and really from that point, that was my point of no turning back.
Great.
So you can imagine, at the end of grade 12 term 1, I had 28 points. Halfway through term 2, I had 18 points.
Wow.
Mock exam, I had 14 points. And at the finals, I got 6 points. I actually got 7 distinction ones. So you can imagine how the fact that if I had just said, no, I'm down, grade 11, this is the end of it, I would have easily missed how much potential exercise could actually, the fruit that it could actually produce and stuff. And of course, it did mean separating myself from the crowd. It meant, being called names. I missed 6 points. And I said, yes, call me miss 6 points. It's fine. It meant I had to reduce the time that because I knew what it took for me to do better. So just 2 things for you as an individual who needs to do better. Do what it takes, because you know yourself more than you know anybody else. You know how much effort needs to go into you improving. And for anybody else, maybe you've been doing good and your friend needs to do better. Be patient with them on their journey. If they need to separate themselves from you, allow that to happen so that they can improve. And don't call them names, don't bash them for doing that, because not everybody's strong. For one person, if they're called names, they'll just say, let me let it go. But support them through their progress, journey and stuff.
Wow.
So
How I wish I was, I had someone like you talking through BBC when I was a teenager or when I was an adolescent, because this is gold, you know what I mean? I can imagine if you're an adolescent and you're listening to this, you'll have no excuse for failing, because we've given you all the nuggets. So so Shalom, thank you so much for featuring.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you'll feature
so
on the next one, beauty, because I know adolescents, adolescents are confused with the issues of beauty and stuff like that. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, any concerns, please hit us up. Bye.
Bye.